That's so cool. Yeah. Do you take a pink hat?
I do wear a pink hat.
Will you ever down the pink hat?
Will I put it down and wear something different?
Yeah, I don't know. Just...
Maybe. There's no rules. I'm kind of my own boss. Well, one of the videos that I did, which did really well, I talk about the history of the colour pink and how actually it was only in the 1950s that it was assigned as being a gender.
No way.
Yeah, like it was one of the big American magazines, and they did, and this is in 1924, and they did a survey on like gendering of colours pink and blue. And it was, I think it was like male was 60% pink, because like back in the day, pink used to be quite, it was kind of seen as like a strong red, is how, which is like the colour of like war, you know. So yeah, you'll find like these pictures of these boys in the 1800s, and they're just kind of wearing this pink kind of gowns, you know. I tell you what's useful is just that if you type in pink hat guy, pink hat history, I think it's like pink, yeah, it's something like pink hat bicycle, something like that, you'll find me.
I wonder what people type in to find me. Bald head, big glasses guy, looks like Stanley Tucci. And you stumbled across it, really, didn't you? You were saying earlier, you just sort of, you're running out of the house and you just grabbed your wife's pink hat. Is
my
that right?
first video that did quite well, I wasn't wearing one, it was I was just wearing a cap, and this was the serendipitous thing that just kind of happened for me, because I was mucking around with social media, just trying to figure it out, because I just don't want to be that 50-year-old guy who just complains about how stuff used to be better. And so I was like, I've got to understand social media. Started doing it, but kind of trying all sorts of different things, and some kind of worked, some didn't work so well. And then I had to get a really early flight one morning, and my friend said, "Oh, why don't you take a line bike to the station, because it's too early to get the tube."
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I'll do that. Headed off at 4 in the morning, and it was light already. I was like, wow, this is so cool. The city's empty.
Yeah.
And then I went past St Paul's Cathedral. It's like, I know a bit about that. Like Christopher Wren, I knew it was really controversial when it was first built. So I just talked about that. And then that video did really well. So I just thought, oh, okay, that did well. I'm going to do some more like cycling around London, talking about history at dawn.
With the cake.
Just using my phone.
Yeah.
And literally on the way out, just to grab any old hat. I was like, oh, and that was my wife's hat, as a pink hat. Grabbed it, chucked it on, and then that video just went like crazy viral, hit like 1 million views. I
wonder what it was about that. What do you think it was?
I don't know. I start the video off with I just say, oh, you only get absolute weirdos at this time in the morning. And then I just go off biking around the city, and it just looks nice because it's at dawn and it's empty, and I'm kind of cycling the wrong way up streets, you know, just kind of enjoying being in a completely deserted city.
Yeah.
And there must have been something about that just kind of hit with people. And maybe that little hook of me saying you only get weirdos at this time. And there's obviously like a joke about myself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the weirdo kind of
I think there's something about what happens at that time in the morning as well that I think I'm drawn to, because I know how that makes me feel at that time in the morning when there's no one up.
Do you naturally get up early?
I am an early riser, yeah. I have no problem getting up early. I'm an early bird and go to bed early. But, you know, if I went to a party and didn't get to bed till 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm still up at 7. My alarm, my internal body clock, that's why I can't do it anymore. I just can't stay up that late anymore. Yeah. I've done my fair share of hard partying. But there's something quite unique and beautiful and spiritual almost for me about being up early when everyone else is in bed and I'm out in nature. So to see you in London at that time in the morning, I think is what drew me in even more, because it's magical.
It is magical.
Because London to me is mad, crazy mad. And to see it empty like that, it's almost like it was in lockdown, right? In COVID times when there was nobody around anywhere.
Well, I spent 6 full days cycling around London with my big heavy camera on a gimbal in lockdown. I got these amazing images.
Yeah.
And they became actually the reason why I was able to make a living during lockdown, because I licensed out the footage. But yeah, there's something really, really amazing about it.
Yeah.
Like
what do you notice when you're out? What do you notice different about how you feel, how it makes you feel is what my question is, I guess. So if you're enjoying this little clip, click subscribe and follow for so many more Safe Harbour podcasts coming soon. And if you want to watch the full episode of this one, the link is in the description. Enjoy the show.